Hello everyone, this is Ola. In this video, I'll discuss the somatic sensation. First of all, what is a sensation? It's an awareness of the external or internal condition of the body. For that, we need a stimulus. This stimulus can be touch, can be sound for your ears, can be light for your eyes, can be pressure. This stimulus is received by a receptor. The receptor will transduce different forms of energy into a nerve impulse or an action potential. This action potential goes along the conduction way, which is the sensory nerve or the afferent nerve, and it goes to the brain, to the sensory area there to be interpreted. For example, the optic nerve delivers an impulse to the occipital lobe of your brain to be interpreted as an image when you see something. Now, the receptors are classified into different categories. We have the mechanoreceptors, and they respond to a mechanical force, like for example touch, like vibration, which is the hearing receptors found in the inner ear. They are kind of mechanoreceptors because they respond to vibration or movement. There are pain receptors that respond to tissue damage, and they are found in the skin, like if something that is painful, like if you put your fingers on the surface of your hot stove, the pain receptors will get that, and the signal goes to your brain, interpreted as pain. Chemoreceptors, they respond to chemicals. For example, our smell and taste both are chemoreceptors. Also, there are chemoreceptors inside the body to respond to the different chemicals in the blood, like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH. The photoreceptors, they respond to light, so they are found in the retina of the eye. The receptors are responsible for creating a receptor potential, which is a kind of graded depolarizing potential. If you go up to the appropriate threshold, action potential happens, and then the sensory signal go to the central nervous system. Our receptors can be simple receptors like the free nerve endings throughout the skin, can be complex receptors, so they have capsule, like the Pacinian corpuscles that detects deep touch in the skin, can have hair-like cells that we call stereocilia, and they are most of the spatial sense receptors, like the ones for hearing, for taste, and for smell. We can classify our sensation into somatic sensation that primarily comes from the skin, or spatial sensation. They are vision, hearing, smell, and taste. Let's look at the skin or cutaneous receptors. We have the free nerve ending throughout the skin, and they respond to pain and temperature. We have Merkel's discs They are found superficially in the skin, and they are responsible for detection of sustained touch and pressure. The Ruffini corpuscles are also to detect sustained pressure. The Meissner's corpuscles, they detect the changes in texture, like if you are touching a silk versus sand, for example. The Pacinian corpuscles are deep and they respond to deep pressure like vibrations. So here are the Merkel's discs for sustained pressure, Meissner's corpuscles to detect texture of different materials, Ruffini corpuscles for sustained pressure, the Pacinian corpuscles are for deep pressure. You remember that the primary sensory cortex is located in the post-central gyrus, in the parietal lobe. And our body is represented there upside down. So your feet are up, face is down. However, that representation is not proportional. Means that if you look at the fingers, they have a greater space than, for example, your trunk. So the fingers are smaller than the trunk, but they have more representation because they have more sensitivity. So the areas in the body that has the most representation in the post-central gyrus are the skin of the fingers, lips, and genitals. The 2 points skin test is to detect the sensitivity of the skin. So if you put that on your finger, you may be able to detect 2 points. But if you put that in your forehead, you will detect that as 1 point. Why? Because the fingers are more sensitive than the forehead. We use them to feel. We need that sensitivity to be more in our fingers. We don't feel stuff using our forehead after all. Let's go now with some review questions. Light touch, pain, and temperature sensations are detected by our free nerve endings. Texture sensations like sandpaper to silk are detected by the Meissner's corpuscles. Deep pressure is detected by the deep corpuscles, Pacinian corpuscles. What parts in the body have the greatest representation in the somatic cortex in the post-central gyrus? They are fingertips, lips, and genitals.